Hey, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Welcome to our 20th Advent story. We are so glad to share this fourth Sunday of Advent with you. It's
Love Sunday.
It's Love Sunday, and we love being with you, and we love telling stories, and we're so glad you're part of it. Hey, tonight we are putting a new angel on our Advent calendar. This one is a beautiful angel, all crocheted by Debonair Kovacs, our friend. And so we're going to put this angel. Some angels are in the sky, but some angels are among us. So I thought I would put this one right here among the shepherds and the sheep, just to remind us that we are surrounded by people and mingling with the divine.
Yes.
Yeah.
We entertain angels unawares.
Indeed.
There might even be one in the Wonder Basket.
That's right. Tonight also we're putting in because it's Love Sunday, we're putting angels on our Christmas tree. This beautiful lantern of Christmas angels will be our ornament on our tree, and you've helped make our tree so pretty. Thank you so much. Every night you've helped us add these beautiful ornaments, and they're going to look great. We're going to put that one on later because reaching the tree from here is impossible. There's a cat in the way. It's true. Well, we're really glad we're here, and a big shout out to Kaya and to all of the friends who are watching. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We're really glad. And thanks to our young friends who are watching in California, and our friends in Hawaii, and our friends in Sweden, and our friends in Uganda.
And Japan.
And Japan.
And China.
And China. Yeah, we're really amazed.
And right here in Berea.
That we can share this time together. Isn't it amazing? We always knew we could, but until this crisis, we didn't know that we needed to. And so it's really good that we're with each other. Well, tonight we have a wonderful story. Tonight is this wonderful story that... Oh, and a cat. We're going to read the Christmas Candle tonight.
Do not attack me.
We're going to read the Christmas Candle tonight. That is this beautiful, beautiful story with wonderful oil illustrations. So we're going to go to book camp so you can enjoy it with us.
And who's it by? Reverend Kent?
This beautiful story is by Richard Paul Evans.
The author of?
The author of other books. They don't know. The Christmas Box.
Yes.
Yes, the Christmas Box.
Okay.
Reverend Deanna will start us off.
On a snowy Christmas Eve, a young man made his way along a dark, deserted cobblestone street. His name was Thomas, and he was wrapped in a woolen cloak, a knapsack flung across his back. In his hand hung a tin candle lantern. Behind the lantern's glass panes sat the remains of a spent candle. When he saw the glow of candlelight through the shop window of the chandler, the village candlemaker, he hurried his steps, turning onto the snow-covered pathway. In Thomas's way stood a beggar, shaking his cup for coins. Thomas pushed him aside impatiently and opened the door to the shop.
Inside the shop, metal pots filled with tallow and beeswax hung from a stone hearth. The old chandler stood in his sculptor's tools with his hands, surrounded by the beautiful creations he had made out of wax. "I am lucky to find you here," Thomas said. "The town was empty." The old man gazed silently at Thomas as the young man glanced about at the rows of sculpted candles. There were sprites and fairies and angels with see-through wings and fragile princesses in gowns and as delicate as lace. They smelled of myrrh and frankincense and meadow flowers.
"You are a foolish old man," Thomas said. "You spent hours making beautiful things that devour themselves. How long before the flame melts an angel into an ugly clump of wax?" He pointed to a row of simpler candles. "I only need light. I will take one of those." The chandler looked steadily at Thomas. "The Christmas candles are of no good to you." Thomas was startled by the stern response, but he laughed. "It would do me much good not to stumble in the dark. Are you playing me, old man? I will not pay more for your candle than it is worth." "It is only 4 coppers, but you may find it costly." The old man's words were strangely serious.
I have money. Give me the candle, Thomas shouted. It's late, and my family is waiting for me. I need illumination to find my way. Then it is illumination you desire? The chandler asked softly. That is what I need, Thomas replied. The candlemaker nodded slowly. So you do. He took a candle, dipped it over a flame, then placed it inside the lantern's tin frame. Thomas dropped some coins on the counter and walked to the door. The old man's lips pursed in an odd, amused smile. Merry Christmas, my brother, he said. The farewell surprised Thomas. To you as well, he stammered. Then he hastily stepped out into the darkness, the lantern lighting the road ahead.
Most mysterious. Thomas had traveled only a short distance when a shadow emerged from an alleyway. A robber, he thought fearfully. He held out his lantern. Who's there? He called. Then, in the light of the candle, he saw it was only a frail woman huddled against the cold. Sir, cried the woman, a pence, please. His eyes narrowed in contempt at the beggar. Then, as he looked at her more closely, he gasped. He knew the face well. It was his own mother. Mother, what is this prank? Why do you greet me as a beggar?
The woman stared at him. Just a halfpence, sir? Why are you here? Where are my brothers, my sister? Thomas asked. He reached out to her, but she pulled away. Mother, how peculiar you act. You'll catch cold. Here, take my cloak. He removed it and held it out to her. Cautiously, the woman came forward, then snatched the coat and retreated into the shadows. But as she moved from the lantern's light, her appearance changed. She was not his mother, but a beggar indeed. With Thomas's cloak in hand, she disappeared into the darkness. A strange trick, he said to himself. He wrapped his arms around his chest, wishing he had kept his cloak. It is I who will catch the chill.
Thomas walked on, quickening his pace against the frigid air. As he passed beneath the awning of a darkened inn, the candle revealed another form lying in the gutter. He held out the candle and again gasped. Has the universe gone mad? Elin, my brother, are you sick? He set the lantern down and pulled his brother's limp arm around his shoulder, struggling to lift him. Elin, I cannot carry you. He pounded on the inn's door, which was opened by a grim-faced woman. My brother is sick, and I fear he will freeze before I can come back for him. May I bring him inside? For the price of a night, she cackled. A shilling. A shilling? Thomas reached into his pocket. I have only 6 pence. The old woman scowled and began to shut the door. Wait! My knapsack is worth more than a shilling, Thomas cried, and the trousers inside it are newly tailored. I will give you everything.
The old innkeeper looked at the bundle, then reached out a fat hand. Thomas flung his knapsack from his pack and handed it to her with the last of his money. She opened the door. Bring him in. Leaving the lantern on the curb, Thomas dragged the man into the inn's foyer. As he gently laid him on the wooden floor, he suddenly saw that the man's face, like the beggar's, had changed. So, it is your brother who lay in my gutter? Croaked the woman. Thomas gaped at the man. He is not my brother. You are mad, the woman muttered, and shoved him out the door. Outside, Thomas picked up his lantern. He looked into the glass panes. There is something strange about your light, he whispered.
Thomas had just glimpsed the bright lights of home when he came across a little girl shivering in the cold. Have you anything to eat, sir? she asked in a faint voice. Thomas felt a stir in his chest. This child was tiny, no bigger than his sister. Suddenly, he pulled the lantern away. He wouldn't shine it in her face. He could guess its trick. And what could he do for this poor waif? He had no food or money left to give. "I have nothing," Thomas murmured as he left her, willing himself not to turn around.
Penniless and cold, Thomas trudged onward, hardly glancing at the familiar houses of his childhood. His own home was dressed for the season, and music and laughter came from inside. As he entered the foyer, his mother greeted him with great excitement. "Thomas," she exclaimed, "you have arrived." Hearing her cry, his sister and brothers rushed into the room to welcome his arrival. When the joviality had begun to settle, his mothers looked at him peculiarly. "Thomas, where is your cloak?" "Yes," said his brother Elon. "And why have you no pack?" Thomas gazed solemnly into their bewildered faces. I gave everything away," he said.
"To whom?" his mother asked, puzzled. Thomas looked down at the waning Christmas candle. The old man spoke the truth. "You are costly." A smile of understanding slowly spread across his face. "But of great worth." "What's this riddle? What old man?" his sister asked. "A wise man who sculpts candles," Thomas replied as he gazed at the face of his sister. And just then, in his mind, her bright face became the woeful, hungry face of the poor child in the cold. Thomas looked at the sumptuous banquet laid out on the table. Suddenly, he turned to the door.
"Thomas, where are you going?" his sister asked. "I must see about another member of our family," he said. And as he left the warm, fragrant house for the cold night, Thomas's heart was warm with joy. For that Christmas Eve, a lesson was learned and taken to heart. If we will see things as they truly are, we will find that all, from great to small, belong to one family. And this truth, known from the beginning of time, is perhaps seen best in the joyous illumination of Christmas. Well, it's a good reminder, isn't it? It's a good reminder. When we see things in the true light, we see the way maybe that we're supposed to. Seeing every person as a sister and brother, well, that's probably the heart of the teaching of, gosh, every good person I know. And helping others, well, that's just part and parcel of the gift. It's not just a gift to them, but it's a gift to us.
It is as Jacob Marley says in A Christmas Carol, "Mankind was my business."
Indeed. And catkind.
Catkind too.
As well.
Yes.
Well, Errol the Wonder Cat is curled up. It must be time for a goodnight song so that we can send ourselves into our own curled up sleep and snuggle down under our blankets. I hope that you're having a good and safe and joyous day, no matter how you've spent it. And we hope that tomorrow will bring you light and will bring you love. We will be telling another story, and we hope that you will share it all together. And as we come close to Christmas, don't forget that you can join us for our Christmas Eve service at 6 p.m. And you can also watch at 11 p.m. that night. And on Christmas Day, we're going to tell our final story, which will be at 1:30 p.m. on Christmas Day. You'll get some notice if you subscribe to the YouTube channel or if you like our Facebook page. But for now, let's sing our goodnight song. Good night, beloved mine. Good night, sleep well, my dear. Good night, beloved mine. Good night, sleep well, my dear. May cherubim and seraphim watch over you and hover near. Good night, beloved mine. Good night, sleep well, my dear. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.